Optibotimus with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo. Obviously, he is the jokester and hard-hitting nunchuck hero. Coming soon, the new Nickelodeon cartoon for the Ninja Turtles, and I'm super excited actually to check it out. The animation kind of has me on the fence a little bit. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to really like it, but I'm really hoping that the story is actually going to be pretty cool. But there you see the packaging. Flip around here on the back, you've got other characters that are in the line, and you can see Mikey being exactly how he should be, with his tongue sticking out. Got a little bio here. It says that Michelangelo is impulsive, creative, and very social. Michelangelo is the heart and soul of the Ninja Turtles. The runt of the litter, he may be the smallest of his mutant brothers, but that doesn't make him the weakest. Just harder to catch. Enemies beware, Michelangelo is master of the blah blah. We're just gonna call him Nunchucks, with a secret and a sharp surprise. Very, very cool. Absolutely love it. The one thing I'm absolutely liking about these figures is they are very nicely articulated. There's a lot of articulation on these guys, and I'm really very excited about it. You see all of his accessories in the back. The biggest thing that I see is he's got the plastic again. Now, I know that they're coming out with a classic version of Michelangelo that's kind of going to look like the old 80s cartoon, and if I'm not mistaken, that actually comes with metal nunchucks. Well, the chain is metal, which I'm really kind of curious to see, but there you see the packaging. Let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Michelangelo open up and out of its packaging. And one thing that I didn't show off before with my Donatello review is all these figures come with this little booklet from Playmates, which you open it up and it's kind of like a checklist of different things. As you can see, here's all the original figures. Well, when I say original figures, I mean the new modern versions. And it says more figures coming soon, and then you see some power, talking power sound effects. And there's different phrases and sound effects for each figure. You see Leo, Mikey, Raph, Donatello, and obviously Shredder. Then you see a huge, over 40-inch tall playset, the secret sewer layer playset, obviously. 20 plus features and ninja battle levels, very kind of cool. Role-playing sets, you can have all your weapons and you can become your own Ninja Turtle. And you have Leonardo's electronic stealth sword. On the back here, you got other kind of figures here. Sewer spinning skateboard and stunt ramp, which performs over 10 tricks. Missile firing machine. These figures I actually saw today. I didn't pick them up, but it comes with a Michelangelo and a Donatello. Then we have a ninja stealth bike, which includes an exclusive stealth ninja Raphael figure, and it mutates from stealth mode to a ninja battle deployment. Okay. And then a ninja flipping action on this dragon chopper, which comes with an exclusive dragon fang soldier from the foot soldiers, and then obviously the shell razor. So there we have that. But as for Michelangelo himself, the only thing I can really think of to describe this guy is cute. This thing is ridiculously adorable. Mostly because he's smaller than all the other Ninja Turtles, and rightly so, because as we read in his bio, he's the runt of the litter. Very cool looking. Obviously, you can see a much lighter color than we got before. He's probably the lightest color, or more brightly colored, I should say. Now, you can see that I have his weapons in here. The one thing that I absolutely hate about these plastic nunchucks is when you bend them to fit them inside here, and you sort of can, you have to really stretch them in there, and in doing so you're gonna pull this down, but they do kind of sort of fit in there just like so, but when you do that, what you end up doing is really kind of damaging this. As you can see, there's already some stress marks on here, and doing this I probably really kind of ruined it, but you can really see the stress that forms on here. Zooming in, you can definitely see that, and if you just keep going like that, this is gonna break. So to actually store them, I just do it one on each side, like so, just kind of tuck it in like that. It kind of keeps it in a position where it's not going to get too terribly damaged, but it obviously doesn't really look all that great, I suppose. I mean, I guess you could kind of loop it around like that, make it look a little bit better, but you know, with his accessories, you can have him hold them in his hand, and just kind of wedge them in there. Now, the classic versions will be coming with nunchucks that actually have metal chains on them, which I'm really very excited about. Hopefully that's still something that actually does happen. But you can see Here's Michelangelo, and he's just cute. I mean, when you compare him to the other turtles, I mean, you can obviously see he is a much shorter figure than the other ones, which I absolutely love that. I love that there's some individuality with every one of these figures. I think that's awesome. And obviously you can see the different skin tone here. Like I said, he's a much brighter green color, very almost kind of like neon green. Now for the rest of his accessories, he does have a spew of weapons, as they said on the package. You got some throwing stars here and here, and then you have this giant chain weapon, which this is a plastic chain added on to a wooden section with a blade hanging out. But again, I'm not going to be taking these off just because these are their primary weapons. That's what I like having them displayed with, so this is kind of blah. Now for a size comparison, you can see obviously this is the CGI version from the new TMNT movie that we got a few years ago, and this is the more recent 2000 version of Mikey. Obviously big size difference here. He's even shorter than the actual more classic look, I suppose, and then considerably shorter than this goofy-eyed version of Mikey here. And for a final comparison, here he is next to what I keep on my shelf as my classic Ninja Turtle. This is the mutating one, which has more of a kind of classic look, and again, considerably smaller, and obviously comes with a piece of pizza. And then in terms of his articulation, when you get these out of the way, it's actually, you know, a fairly well articulated figure. There's a lot of joints on it, and it has a lot of articulation, but the posability is a little bit limited because of kind of the joints that they chose to use. They decided to use just regular pin and socket joints. Now the head itself is on a ball joint, and you get a lot of range of motion with this one, probably because it's a smaller figure, I don't know, but real good range of motion with this guy. But pin and sockets here at the shoulders, so they move up and down, they rotate all the way around, so that's not too bad. The shoulders here though, or I'm sorry, the elbows here are also on pin and sockets, and there's only one joint, so that's as far as you're going to be able to get it to bend. Now it bends all the way down and stuff, and then it also rotates, but that's a little bit limited, and that kind of sucks. I would have really liked to have seen maybe double joints on this, just to give a lot more posability, I suppose. Now he also rotates here at the wrist, which is kind of weird because it's like he also rotates at the elbow, and there's not much of a difference here in terms of his forearm. It's really kind of small, so it's really kind of almost pointless. Almost, I guess. But the hips here, they're on these same pin and socket joints, so they move in and out, and then you rotate them, and you get a lot of range of motion with it. But again, you're going to be very limited. You can't even get like kicking poses with it. Well, maybe. Let's see. Well, I guess you sort of can. If you really kind of contort that leg around, you can kind of sort of do it, but it looks really weird. And then the knees as well are on pin and sockets, so forward and back, and they also rotate. Got big giant peg holes here on the bottom, which I'm really looking forward to see how they're actually going to incorporate that with the sewer playset. But you can see that he does also have the little 3-foot thing going, or 3-toe foot on each side of the feet here, so if that bothers you, I don't know what to tell you, but it really doesn't bug me too terribly much. Now, when it comes down to it, Mikey really was more my sister's favorite Ninja Turtle than mine. I like him a lot because he's a very kind of party kind of guy, but in some kind of weird, twisted world, my sister would probably beat me up and to take this figure from me. I'm really happy that I have it. I'm really excited about the rest of these Ninja Turtle figures, and I think they're wonderful figures. And at only, I believe, $8.99 at Toys R Us, I definitely think that these are worth picking up. Very cool figures. Very fun, and I love the fact that Ninja Turtles are coming back. I'm really very excited to see the new cartoon. Hopefully it kind of lives up to a lot of the hype that it's getting. But really, only time will tell as whether or not this series is actually going to be any good. So let's keep our fingers crossed, shall we? But until next time, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.